Creator in history. This video introduced famous Chinese writer Guo Moruo. Was a prominent Chinese writer, poet, historian, archaeologist, and cultural figure of the 20th century. He is widely recognized for his significant contributions to Chinese literature and culture. Here's a comprehensive overview of his life, works, achievements, notable books, and notable works. Guo Moruo was born on November 16, 1892, in Leshan, Sichuan Province, China. He received his early education in China, and then traveled to Japan for further studies, where he attended Waseda University and studied literature and Western philosophy.
Guo Moruo returned to China and became involved in various literary and cultural movements of the early 20th century. He played a key role in the May 4th movement of 1919, which aimed to modernize Chinese culture and promote intellectual and political change. Guo Moruo was a prolific writer and poet and gained recognition for his work in both classical and modern Chinese literature.
Life achievements. Guo Moruo's contributions to Chinese literature were wide-ranging. He was known for his poetry, essays, plays, and translations. His works often reflected his passion for Chinese culture and history. In addition to his literary pursuits, Guo Moruo was also an accomplished historian and archaeologist. He made significant contributions to the study of ancient Chinese history and culture, particularly through his work on oracle bones and inscriptions. Guo Moruo was a prominent figure in the Chinese Communist Party and served in various leadership roles. He was also involved in the cultural and educational policies of the early People's Republic of China. Guo Moruo's involvement in the Chinese Communist Party led to his appointment as the first Minister of Culture of the People's Republic of China when it was founded in 1949. He played a vital role in shaping cultural and literary policies in the early years of the People's Republic.
He was instrumental in promoting the use of simplified Chinese characters, which aimed to increase literacy among the Chinese population.
This effort had a profound impact on the Chinese writing system. Guo Moruo was a prolific translator and introduced numerous Western literary and philosophical works to Chinese audiences, including the works of Goethe, Shakespeare, and Tolstoy. His translations played a significant role in the exchange of ideas between China and the Western world. Notable books. The Goddess is a renowned collection of poems and essays. Dawn Blossoms Plucked at Dusk, a celebrated collection of poems. Ancient Chinese Literature, a notable work in the field of literary criticism. Notable works. Jiao Hun, a notable poem that captures the spirit of the May 4th movement.
In memory of Norman Bethune, a famous poem honoring the Canadian doctor Norman Bethune, who served in China during the Second Sino-Japanese War.
Li Bai, a biographical work on the Tang Dynasty. Poet Li Bai. Literary movements. Guo Moruo was an active participant in the New Culture movement, a cultural and intellectual movement in the early 20th century that aimed to reform and modernize Chinese society. He was an outspoken advocate for the use of vernacular Chinese in literature, which was a significant departure from the classical Chinese that had dominated literary expression for centuries. Guo Moruo's involvement in the May 4th movement, which emerged from the New Culture movement, was pivotal. He delivered a famous speech titled A Speech to Youth, which encouraged young people to embrace modernization and social change. Political engagement.
Guo Moruo's political involvement extended beyond his leadership roles in the Chinese Communist Party and the early People's Republic of China.
He was a delegate to the National People's Congress, the highest legislative body in China, and contributed to the drafting of the 1954 Constitution. As a prominent member of the Chinese Communist Party, Guo Moruo faced challenges during various political campaigns and movements in China, including the anti-rightist campaign of the late 1950s. His position in the government allowed him to influence cultural and educational policies. He played a key role in shaping the direction of Chinese literature and culture in the post-revolutionary era. Cultural preservation. Guo Moruo was a staunch advocate for the preservation of China's cultural heritage. His work in archaeology, particularly his study of oracle bone inscriptions, was essential in uncovering and preserving ancient Chinese history and culture. He was deeply committed to the protection and restoration of historical sites and monuments. His efforts contributed to the preservation of important cultural artifacts and historical landmarks. Later life and achievements. In his later years, Guo Moruo continued to contribute to Chinese culture and literature. He served as the chairman of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference (CPPCC) in the 1950s and was a prominent figure in China's political and cultural landscape.
He continued to write and publish poetry and essays throughout his life, and his works reflected his evolving political and cultural views.
Guo Moruo's contributions to archaeology continued, and he made significant discoveries in the field, particularly in the study of ancient inscriptions and oracle bones. Awards and honors.
Guo Moruo received numerous awards and honors during his lifetime, including the Stalin Peace Prize in 1951.
This international recognition reflected his contributions to literature, culture, and diplomacy. He was also awarded various accolades within China for his cultural and political achievements. Legacy. Guo Moruo is celebrated for his role in the modernization of Chinese literature and culture. His writings and translations significantly influenced Chinese literary traditions. His commitment to the study of ancient Chinese history and culture, particularly his work on oracle bones, laid the foundation for further research in these fields in China. Guo Moruo's legacy is deeply intertwined with the political developments of 20th century China. He was both a cultural luminary and a political figure, and his contributions to the Chinese Communist Party and the early People's Republic of China left a lasting imprint on the nation. His poetry and essays continue to be studied and appreciated for their rich themes, artistic quality, and the deep insights they offer into the intellectual and cultural milieu of his time.